Wunmi finally exposed herself. Listen.
Even the night my husband died, that my father-in-law got to the house, the nurse even narrated everything that happened to him. In fact, my husband's manager wanted to get the nurse arrested that night, but he asked us to let her go. That he does not have any business with her.
The father-in-law asked them to let the nurse go.
That we should let her go. That he doesn't have any business with her. And he despite the begging that a lot of people begged him not to bury my husband, but he insisted I was going to bury him. In fact, even the day they wanted to bury my husband, they didn't inform me. I got to know online.
You were not informed that you were going to bury your husband?
Mr. Chu, a whole lot has happened. Even the day my husband, even the day of his burial, they wanted to kidnap Liam from me at this time. Like my father-in-law and there's one woman. The woman is like I don't know. I don't want to call it. The woman is, but they have a relationship. They have a close relationship. No, it's more like they had plans in collecting Liam from me that day, because it got worse to the extent that we had to put Liam inside nylon to take him out of that space.
You're saying this battle you've been fighting started from the day.
Second day my husband died up to this moment. And so the fact that the autopsy results came out inconclusive up to this moment. And so
you've been fighting started from the day.
Second day my husband died up to this moment. Up to this moment. And so the fact that the autopsy results came out inconclusive is one thing that I don't. It's hard to accept, because I knew so well that my husband actually had an injury from the fight he had with his friend.
Which friend?
His name is Prime Boy.
Okay.
And I also knew that he reacted to an injection. Because my husband was fine before the nurse came, although he had an injury. In fact, the day he died, he had a podcast with one girl. What's the girl's name? Susan. Fine before the nurse came, although he had an injury. In fact, the day he died, he had a podcast with one girl. What's the girl's name? Susan Pork. The nurse came, although he had an injury. In fact, the day he died, he had a podcast with one girl. What's the girl's name? Susan Pork.
Sam Pajok.
Pajok, yeah. I think, I don't know. He has a podcast. So for you to know, it was actually, and that was the day our son clocked 5 months. 12. I hate like that 12 number is a weird number to me. Because, it's the day I'm celebrating my child's birthday, and I'm also mourning my husband. So, I knew he reacted to an injection, and the fact that at the end of the autopsy it came out inconclusive just because of one mistake that my father-in-law made. The fact that he buried him. If he was not buried, it should have been another thing entirely. But because he was buried, so he said his body has already decomposed. So most of the tissues that they are supposed to remove from his body has rotten. And the fact that it came up inconclusive is one thing I don't even want to accept, because Liam would go up to see all of these things, and he would ask me questions, and the story would not be interesting if at the end of the day there was no justice for his father. The fact that he was bullied, by his oppressors, that alone is another thing that is outside. And up to this moment, nothing was done to it. The fact that
oppressors, you're talking about the whole Naira.
Yes, the fact that the bullying part, the bullying part is part of the reason why the whole world came out for justice.
Yeah.
And up to this point, the police actually promised us that they will be brought to book and all of that. But up to this point, nothing was done. Do you understand?
So do you agree that whole bullying is part of what led to the death?
You don't have to kill somebody with sword before killing them. I'm not gonna lie to you. They cannot deny the fact that they made life so unbearable for my husband.
And I remind you, screw made life unbearable for you.
They cannot deny that fact. That one thing they cannot deny. You know, a lot of people might be everywhere to support them in bashing me, you know, so that I wouldn't talk the bullying aspects. But the few ones that are online cannot be erased. And Liam will go up to say all of those things. And I just pray that that boy will not grow up to be traumatized, because imagine seeing group of people be erased, and Liam will grow up to say all of those things. And I just pray that that boy will not grow up to be traumatized, because imagine, well, the few ones that are online cannot be erased, and Liam will grow up to say all of those things. And I just pray that that boy will not grow up to be traumatized, because imagine seeing group of people beating his father that way. You know, it is traumatizing, because even me that is his wife, whenever I think about those things, it really breaks me. I'm not gonna lie to you, but at this point I'm fighting for my life and the life of my child. So, and his father is not even his father has been on the Naramali side, he has been talking, he has been speaking for them, you know. He has been trying to save them.
Why do you think he's doing that?
So who am I? I don't know. For any reason best known to him, I don't know. I really do not know. No, I really do not know. So
essentially, you're saying that the justice for Mohbad hasn't been gotten
up to this moment.
And the justice for Mohbad that your father-in-law is asking for is not the same justice for Mohbad that the public is asking.
It is not.
Yeah. And you're essentially fighting on two fronts.
Yeah.
You're fighting for justice for your husband.
Yeah.
Again, and then you're having the people who are supporting his oppressors, as you call them, attacking you.
Yeah.
And you're also being attacked by your father-in-law.
Father-in-law.
At the same time.
Yeah.
And your father-in-law seems to be supporting the people who you say oppressed
your
husband.
Yes.
How are you taking care of yourself in all of this? How?
Is it you mean financially?
Yes, financially, emotionally. What is your support system? How are you taking care of yourself?
It's just God's grace. And also my families, you know. The family has been my pillar. They've been there for me, my mom, my dad, my auntie, and my elder brother. I'm so grateful for the gift of them, you know, because